What is it going to take to knock some sense in these knuckleheads? I mean, they keep calling it a selection of 2016. When I've showed you time and again the proof that the prayer from the Christians and other things that we'll explore a little bit, yet again, the shock treatment had a breakthrough. I didn't want to do it, but now, yeah. All right? See you on a flip-flop on the other side of this.
Of Zion. I couldn't quite see his face because that was not allowed, because there was a mist that covered all the people and he was amongst them. And the Spirit of God made me look at him, and he said, this man will throttle the enemies of Israel. This man will throttle the enemies of the West. And there are highly embarrassing moments that are about to occur for many, many politicians in this nation. There will be a shaking amongst the Democrats in the upcoming elections, but unsettling for the Republicans. Why is God doing this? For God said, I am dissatisfied with what emerges from both parties. And then there is a nation, he showed me, took me, itching for a new kind of war with America. They will shout, impeach, impeach, they say, but nay. Itching for a new kind of war with America. They will shout, impeach, impeach, they say, but nay. There is a nation, he showed me, took me, itching for a new kind of war with America. They will shout, impeach, impeach, they say, but nay. This nation shall come very subtly, but he shall not come in the time of President Obama. They shall come when this new one arises, my David, that I have set aside for this nation. A man of prayer, a man of choice words, not a man who is verbose, who has verbosity, who speaks too much. They will even say, this man is not speaking enough. But God says, I have set him aside. They will shout, impeach, impeach, but this shall not happen.
Separating the truth from the lies. Coming at you from underneath the climate-engineered Newnan, Georgia sky. Here's one for the road. I said I wouldn't break in, but only when I needed to, and I find it necessary to, because again, we got some people out there that are saying that, you know, that Trump was put in, he was a puppet just like everyone else, and they're totally dismissing the God factor. They're totally dismissing the prayers that happened that night, and the article, news article that showed up on the internet, talking about how did the prayers between 8:30 and the time the election was called make a difference? Of course it did. He was losing the Electoral College from the onset, but people were praying around the nation, if not around the world, and Christians that is, and we'll say the nation. And I had no clue that certain individuals had called for, in the Christian community, had called for the church to pray. And we just did that anyway, on our own, around 9 o'clock. And get back to the hotel we were staying at, and lo and behold, Trump started taking states that that no one else thought was possible. A mere coincidence? I don't think so. This is the Kim Clement prophecies. Don't discount credit. Don't discount God. Don't discredit God. Don't leave God out of anything. I mean, you call yourself a Christian out there, but you're saying he was selected by man. Perhaps the ultimate puppets is everyone, the ones that selected him then. God can use anybody to do whatever God's will is. All right, so ultimately God's in charge. So if there was a selection, God selected President Trump. Is it perfect? No, it's not perfect. Is anything going to be perfect? No, not until Jesus sets up his government. See, that's what they're leaving out. These so-called truth community videos and channels and stuff. They want us, especially ones that were for him now aren't for him, because, I don't know, things aren't 100%. It's never going to be 100%. Hello, until Jesus sets up his kingdom, folks. All right, now you're tuning in and you're tuning out. Is it the attention span of a goldfish? Go check out the Mark Taylor prophecies in 2011. God literally told him that Trump would be elected. He would be put in 2016. I guess God's in charge, not mankind, ultimately. All right? And everything that God told Kim Clement is everything that Trump said. Trump is, I should say. He's not like any other politician, and that's exactly what God told Kim Clement he was going to put in office right after Obama. And bingo, right there. The Mark Taylor prophecies that God gave Mark Taylor, who's an ex-fireman, Kim Clement, and the fact that the news article confirmed that the prayers had that night swayed the election, which means God does have a say-so in this. Party people and party sheeple. And then you got Pastor John Kilpatrick. I think he's at a Daphne Island or something like that. It's in Alabama. It's on the coast there. Great preacher, and he actually had a sermon about, remember the witches trying to cast spells on Trump? Since when does the evil cast spells on its own if Trump was one of them? Okay, so it doesn't make sense. A dog and pony show? Give me a break, man. It's obvious that there is a dark force that can't stand what's going on, because, I mean, ultimately, the NWO's agenda has been slowed down, all right? And it was a good point was brought up earlier today, and I've been bringing this up a lot. You got these Christians, so-called, in the truth so-called community, and they're constantly going against Israel, and I don't get it. If I remember correctly in the Bible, Israel's the apple of God's eye, right? And he'll bless those that bless Israel and curse those that curse him. Obama was the enemy of Israel for 8 years, all right? And Trump is restored our warm relationship with them. Nothing wrong with that, all right, to be a friend with Israel, okay? So all this talk about Israel this, Israel that, I think that what they're doing is trying to set up an anti-Israel sentiment, which makes sense because, in the Revelations, the whole world comes against Israel, and I think it's starting now. This negative talk about Israel within the so-called Christian community, truth community. But why? Again, getting back to the witchcraft, why would witches cast spells on him if he's already under a spell? If he's already part of their thing, why bother doing that? It doesn't make sense. All right. Again, is he perfect? No, no man is. But if God has a reason to put someone in office, that's what he does. You don't think he's interested in politics? So John Kirkpatrick was, and his congregation were praying for protection for him, as many evangelicals have. All right, you didn't see that for Obama. I didn't see that for Bush, unless I must have missed that one. Dang sure didn't see it for Clinton. All right, maybe they have, but I must have missed that one. I doubt Obama did. As a matter of fact, he was against Christianity. So there's that one. All right, so let's roll this up a little bit.
Come on, help me out right now. I want you to lift your voice. Everybody, help me pray. Come on, help me pray, church. I don't want you to pray in 2 minutes. I want you to pray. Come on, help me.
And instead of putting them down, instead of, running, running the other way and being a naysayer, how about you praying for the president? How about praying for things going on instead of, just because you can't always get what you want. I mean, we still got these stupid cell towers and chemtrails, and I understand that, and GMOs and all this other shit. Shit's been around for a long time. It ain't just Trump. And you might want to check this out, all right? This is from Trey Smith. His website, I think, is God in a Nutshell. Trey Smith on CensorTube. This is another godly man who is very much in the know, knows his Bible inside and out, is in tune with God, and knows what the heck he's talking about. And he called the election, just like Mark Taylor. With Trey Smith, was he in on the selection by man? Did the Illuminati tell Trey Smith? Did the Illuminati tell Mark Taylor or Kim Clement? Get out of town with that mess. These are godly people. These are Christians, and God gives them discernment. He gives them wisdom, gives them knowledge, and that's what, booyah, there you go. This was well before the election. He was showing you where Trump fit in all this, all right? And it's not a bad thing, all right? So you see the contrast right there. If they're two sides of the same coin, that's a crazy coin. Is that a limited edition, or is that the, maybe I want one of those collector's edition, huh? Two sides of the same, two wings of the same bird. That's one Frankenbird. You got one side that's totally evil. You got another side that's totally messed up. Totally not evil, I should say. You got some bad apples on our side, I'm sure. On the right side, the Christian side, the conservative. But the overall, we don't stand for abortion. We don't stand for open borders. We don't stand for breaking the law with illegals, all right? All right, and taxing the middle class into oblivion and so much more. That's not what we stand for. And why isn't she arrested? Someone could say, well, why is he in jail? He might have been saying what he was going to do, and then he found out it might have been a little bit harder to put her in jail. Who knows? Who knows why? Maybe it's still coming. We'll see. She's still on the loose, and I don't get that part. So we're wait and see mode. I mean, I'm still am wait and see mode. But the fact is, whether she's on the loose or not is neither here nor there. The fact is, God had a say-so in all this. God has a say-so in every event, including the ones with the Antichrist. You don't think God allows the Antichrist, a political figure, by the way, you don't think God's involved in politics, and also a satanic one, to come to power? Of course God has a say-so in that. It's in the Bible. You got to know your Bible before you start running your mouth. All right? So the fact is, God has a say-so in politics. He sets kings up and he lays them down. Puts them in office, takes them out. So there's your selection. All right? So it's ridiculous. And, I could have went and did the flat earth versus round earth. As far as that's concerned, I was big round earther, but even as a kid, I wondered how the hell, as I was in Brooklyn, read a passage about earth and round and stuff, and I thought, how the heck is the earth round? Isn't it like standing on a ball? I mean, you ever stand upside down on a ball? I mean, even if you had gravity boots or whatever, or gravity somehow kept you on your feet on its surface, wouldn't you get a head rush? I mean, wouldn't the tree's leaves be going in a different direction? I mean, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. But yet, it looks good, the round earth thing. So I'm 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I'm open to, the truth. The bottom line is on that. The firmament, the dome, you got too much of that going on there, too. So anyway, there's a lot of good stuff and accomplishments that's happened under this administration, whether people want to believe it or not. Everyone's got an agenda. Everyone's got something to say. Everyone has the 2 cents to say. And I'm not going to be a turncoat. I don't worship any man. I don't put 100% stock in anybody. But it's a heck of a lot better than what you would have had. Period. End of story. You think Trump's not a dictator? If he was a dictator, you wouldn't be calling him a dictator. It'd be off what you know what. You've been rounded up a long time ago, buddy. Whoever's out there calling him a dictator, that's fake news. Bunch of idiots we got in this society. In this world, just stupid. Dangerous drivers, stupid people. People that don't think. It's unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. I guess the entire evangelical communities, they're being duped too, right? I guess they're supposed to be in tune with God. I guess they're being duped by Trump and led to... Come on, folks. Seriously. God is in control ultimately. There's your selection. Absolute insanity. Unbelievable.